Hi, today we are going to discuss a program uh, such that it prints back the two messages, whatever the client types. Okay, so we are till now we are talking about the theory of the Java program which are using for implementing the Java object or in Java object oriented program paradigm. So using this knowledge till now we can do one hands-on which prints the client messages. And let's see. So here I have created one package and I named that package it as com Java training dot print messages. Okay, so there are two sections. One is the client part and another one is the, we can say that is the server side. Okay, client side, what it is doing, client side it's nothing but we are uh, sending or we are accepting, server is trying to accept the client messages. What the server will do, server will read the input from the client and it will append with the current timestamp. Okay, so for that I have created one interface. So this interface is nothing but is called as a date formatter. What this date formatter is do, it's nothing to like, it's just to give you the current timestamp. So I have one method, its name I named it is as get timestamp. Okay, so this is the interface. So how do the interface define? So it's a public interface date formatter. Date format is the interface name, and it has one method that is the get timestamp. So we need the one class to implement this one. Okay, so I have the date formatter IMPL class. What this date formatter IMPL class will do? It will implement the date formatter. Okay, and it has it is has one method which is supposed to must, I mean there is a, what is the agreement with the interface and the class, the whatever the method is there in the interface that is should implement in the who in the class, correct? So here it is the get timestamp method, so I implemented that method. Okay, what this method will do, it will return back you the timestamp in the its of its type is a string is the type. Okay, so generally in class, how do we define the method? A method will define it's a data type. If we explicitly define, I mean declared that the public means we explicitly define the data, I mean uh, access modifier, correct? And then next will be the return type, whatever the return type. In this case, it is the string. If there is no return type, then it will be we declare as the void and this method name. So in a class, these methods we can say that that is the behavior, correct? And here I have one variable that is used for the determine the state of the object. Okay, so what is the variable do? Variable will be a state, correct? It will contribute to the state of the object, correct? So it here the state determined by the date variable and its a behavior, date behavior, I mean its object behavior, how you do it will be by the method will be method will be the formation of its a behavior. What the here will do, here we are using the date object and we are creating date object. Date is equal to new date. Okay, we can see that this date is not possible to access directly from outside of this class. Why it is not? Because it is a private keyword. Okay, so here I created a date object and using the date object I taken the time, get time. What is that get time? It is a current time in milliseconds. Okay, so that is I stored in the variable called time, which is type is long. Then I created one timestamp object using the milliseconds. Okay, so this is from the java dot sql.timestamp from that package. We can see that that is imported here. Okay, so the other one is the java.util package date. Then I'm just printing the it's a directly I'm printing, because the toString method implementation we can see what is the toString. So whenever the timestamp is there, timestamp class, the toString method, what is toString method will do? ToString method will print the timestamp, and that is I'm returning to. Here why it's returning? Here I already declared that it will return a string. So that's reason we need to return that particular string. Okay. Okay. Now we have did one interface, one implementation class, correct? So what is the interface? Interface is the, we can say that interface is the, in by definition the previous class I mean previous video we understood that this is the blueprint for the object, correct? So here be as implementation class is not, I mean that is as a client perspective, we don't know, our client doesn't know who is implemented. For that we need a factory class. What is the factory class will do? Factory class will do, I mean it will create one instance and return back it's a uh, uh, it's a date formatter. Here date formatter is the date formatter is the class, correct? Uh, it is the this will be, so interface is nothing but the agreement between the class, correct? So this class will have, so we can say that date formatter will be the, we can represent by the I mean date, this particular class date formatter IMPL we can represent by the date formatter. Okay, so here we can see that date formatter will be represented. Okay, it's the super class we can say, or we can say that it is super type of this super type, correct? So what I'm doing here, I'm creating one method. That method, what will do, it will return the implementation of this interface. Okay, what is the here, date formatter is the interface. Okay, returning type is the date formatter IMPN. This we already seen that, correct? So this is a static actually. So why I'm putting the static? It's a factory class, correct? So it's the factory class. I'm not going to create uh, any object of this. I'm directly accessing. I want to access this particular get formatter directly by the class name. So I will use the class name dot get formatter. So what I will get the implementation of the date formatter. I don't know actually what is, as a client perspective, they don't need want to worry about it who implement it is, but they know already that what is date formatter will do. Date formatter, what they will do, date formatter will give them the timestamp. How the timestamp is achieving them by the implementation class, but they don't want to, as a client perspective, they don't want to know what is the implementation class. So here we can see that there is some abstraction in object oriented concept. There is one abstraction is there, correct? A concept, there is one of the concept is the abstraction. So abstraction is achieved here by the interface, correct? And we can see that this is the encapsulation we did here. So what actually doing for the date stamp, who is the core or core engine or core part? It's a date object. Date object is reading the date, and from them we are converting into the timestamp and returning pass, correct? Correct. So these are the, so here we, what we did, we, the implementation we hide it from the client. They already know that they will get, somehow they will get the timestamp, correct? So this is how we are achieving the encapsulation. Here we are achieved by the abstraction, correct? For that we use the private for private keyword here, because it's to avoid the direct access of the data object from the outside. Okay, then let's see what is the client. So this till the three classes are the server side. Client side, what they will do, client side need to create, so I created one a client class and client package. client package, I created one print message, that is the class name. In the main method, see, in main method, I only know there is a date formatter class in there in server, and using that date formatter, I will get the timestamp. Get timestamp. That's only I know. Correct. So what is the way to get? That is through the factory class. So date formatter factory dot get formatter is there. So you will get the date formatter. Then next we need to accept the input. So in Java, we have the scanner class. The scanner class belongs to java.util. So how do we create the object of the scanner class? Scanner class is input is equal to new scanner, and we need to pass one of the input stream. So what is the input stream here? We are using the command line, correct? So in the command line means the cmd, correct? Come through the command line, we are directly accepting the input. For that, here we can see that we are printing, right? We are printing, where we are printing in the command line. So for that we are printing out, correct? So we are using the out, but for input we are accepting the reading it, correct? For that input string, for this is the output string, correct? So we are defined one scanner. Okay. Then for the better readability, I'm just printing one statement saying that enter the first message. So after this display this message, we need to type first message. So here, whatever I type the message, it will be fetched, or it will be read from here. Okay, it will read from here. Then what will do? Then I'm calling the formatter. I have the formatter. Still now I don't have the timestamp. So what they will do, the formatter will fetch the timestamp. See, very simple, correct? But actually what is happening here, this, what is happening, the date formatter, we don't know who is implemented. See, correct? This is the date formatter class. How the date formatter is implemented, this is the interface, correct? This is the interface, but only we know the get timestamp. In client perspective, from the client side, we don't know who implemented. See, do we know that? No, right? So the implementation class is date formatter class. So from here there is some logic is going on. Then we are getting back the timestamp. So the timestamp is here. Then after that, I'm just printing back messaging, like this is client message from timestamp, and this is the message. Whatever message we got, we typed in the command line, the same will be print back. Okay. Again, for we need to enter second message. So I'm just a readability purpose, I'm just printing the enter the second message, and that message will be read from this line, input in input dot next line. Again, we fetch the new timestamp using the same instance. So we will get new timestamp. Then again printing back the message saying that system.out.println. Okay, let's run this. So it is asked here, enter the first message. So I'm entering this, hello. Then press enter. See, it's printed back, right? See, the timestamp is, this is the timestamp. Okay, and it's printed whatever I typed here, it's printed back. Okay, then again it asks us to enter the second message. The second message is also printed back. We can see that the timestamp is different, right? It's a 1442, this is 1442 48. Okay, so this is the one of the example from. Again, here we can see that uh, here we achieved abstraction, encapsulation, and how do we write the method, and this is a very simple example. This is how we can say that we achieved inheritance, I mean we achieved encapsulation and abstraction. How do we call abstracted? Through the factory method. What the factory method will do, they will give you or return back the instance of the implementation, or we can say it will be always, we can see in the this will be interface will be exposed to the client side. So what is the here exposing? It's a date formatter. Date formatter doesn't have any other than the declaration, correct? It will give you the get timestamp. How do we implement that? Through the implementation class, but these details are we are hide from the client. Okay, this is what about encapsulation and abstraction. Thank you.
If you like the video, please click the like button and subscribe for more videos.